Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I did tell a lot of you guys that I had my research done and everything, and right when I was about to start recording, Underdog took away like 95% of games. There's a lot of games tomorrow, but for some reason they took out everything, and I was waiting to see if they would put them back up, but they haven't put them back yet. And I put a poll pretty much asking what you guys prefer. Most people said to wait, but people did say just go ahead and make it, and if they come back up, they come back up. So I said I'd rather just do that. That way I don't have to make you guys wait any longer. And if they do come back up, you can take them as soon as they come out. And I still have money line plays available for you guys. So I'm gonna just go over the player picks that I wanted to go over. My first one was gonna be Jamal Musiala over 2.5 shots in the German Bundesliga. He's playing away from home for Bayern, going up against Hoffenheim. On underdog, he was at point 0.8x, so like you got paid a little less, but it was a safe play because he's over in 5 out of 5 over his last 5 out of 5 games, other than last game against Dortmund because that was a tough defense. And he averages 3 shots per 90 minutes. And the reason why I say that is because he will likely play the full game because Coman and Sane are both out injured. So they're going to need him to be aggressive if they want to be able to win. And Heidenheim does not have a good defense, and I feel like it's just a good opportunity for Jamal Musiala to hit over this mark. I believe on prizepicks his line is at 3. I will still take it there. I don't mind it at 3. If he gets 3, he will get 4. So you can take it at 3. My second pick was going to be for 0.95x, almost normal pay rate, was going to be Frederick Rono over 1.5 goals allowed, playing at home for Berlin, going up against Leverkusen. When they played earlier this season, Leverkusen had 4. I just need them to get 2. Leverkusen score on average 2.31 goals away from home, so over this mark as well. Leverkusen has scored 2 or more goals, which is what they need in the last 10 out of 10 games. So 100% hit rate over the last 10 games. Best team in the league. And I feel like at the 0.95x that it was at, it was really good value. If it goes to like 0.9 or even 0.85, I would still take it there. My next pick was going to be Muric over 1.5 goals allowed in the English Premier League, playing away from home for Burnley, going up against Everton. Earlier in the season when they played each other, he went over. Everton scored 2, which is what I need them to do. Burnley have conceded 2 or more goals in 8 out of the last 10 games, and Everton have not been doing good when it comes to scoring. But that's because they've had a really tough stretch of games. They've played against relatively good defenses, as with like Tottenham, Manchester City, Crystal Palace, Brighton, West Ham, and Manchester United. I feel like now they're at home and they have a much easier matchup against Burnley, who are not good defensively. This is a relegation contention game, as in the fact that Everton are kind of safe from relegation, but they're still kind of close to like hitting that risk spot, and they can't afford to lose any games, while Burnley is in the relegation spot. So Burnley is going to be aggressive. They're going to think they might have a chance against Everton, but it's a good chance for Everton to hit them on the counterattack, which is where they like to play. So I see Burnley maybe scoring 1, but Everton will need to win and they'll score 2. I just need Everton to score 2, and I think there's a good chance for them to get that mark. This next one I believe is on prizepicks. It is Neto over 2.5 saves, playing away from home for Bournemouth, going up against Luton Town. The Luton opposition, the goalkeepers that Luton play against at home have gone over this mark in 4 out of 5 games because they're much better in attack when they play at home. Bournemouth's defense collapses when they don't play at home. They allow 11.5 shots at home, which is actually pretty good, but go all the way down to 16.5 shots allowed, which is a big difference, probably one of the biggest ones in the league. Neto on average averages 3.64 saves. We just need him to get 3, and he's a really good goalkeeper. And when it comes to shot percentage, and averages 68.9%, and Luton average about 4, a little over 4 shots on target per game. I just need him to get 3, and Luton will be pretty good trying to attack him, and Bournemouth already allow a lot of shots. and Luton will take the shots if they are given to him. So I like Neto to go over 2.5 shots. My next pick is Bryce Samba under 3 saves. I believe you can get this in prize picks. He plays in the French League 1 for Lens, going up against Havre. Havre only averaged 2.4 shots away, which is really, really low. They have been playing a little better recently, but on average, they only average 2.4. Opposition goalkeepers have gone under 4, so 3 or less. So if he gets 3, he pushes. But I'm banking on the fact that he won't get 4. Opposition goalkeepers have gone under this mark in 7 out of 10 games, and 4 out of the 5, or out of the last 5 away games, they've gone under 4 of them. And I just feel like this is a good value play for him to go under 3. If it was at 2.5, I wouldn't take it. I like it at 3 just because it's a good safe spot for him to be added into a parlay, because I just think it's a good value for him to not go and get 4 saves, especially at home. And my next pick was Mateusz Klich under 3 saves, playing in the Italian Serie A, playing for Roma, going up against Lazio. Lazio is under this mark, or opposition keepers, I might say, in 3 out of the last 5 away games. The only overs in those 2 games that they had were against Cagliari and Frosinone, 2 really bad defensive teams. And the 3 games where they went under, which is what we need, they were playing against good defenses with Torino, Fiorentina, and Atalanta. Roma only allowed 9.7 shots at home, which is really good. And I think this is just a safe bet in general for like the Sambo one, for him to not get that 4th save. And I think I like this one a little better than the Sambo one. Roma keepers in general, I say not just Villar, just Roma keepers in general, because Rui Patricio was playing and I believe he's injured right now, so Villar's going to play. But with Villar and Rui Patricio, they've gone under this mark, like not got 4 saves, so 3 or less in 4 out of 5 home games. And I just feel like this is just a good mark for Roma to be defensive and have a solid defense against Lazio, who aren't as good on the attack, as they're much better on defense. So I just like Villar to go under 3 saves. My next pick was Martin Odegaard, hired in 45.5 passes, playing away from home for Arsenal, going up against Brighton. This in the English Premier League. He averages 52.1 at home, but he actually goes up away from home. He goes from 52.1 at home to 60.4 away. And the reason why is because Arsenal play a lot slower when they play away from home, because they are in the title race and they can't be too risky when they attack, so they'd rather just be more defensive and play slower in the midfield. He went over against Brighton last game away from home, where he averages less. He's gone over this mark in 4 out of 5 away games. His only miss was one of the recent games against Manchester City, which is a really good team, so I can blame him for that. Arsenal on average have like 60 to 70% of the ball. The reason why this line is so low, or lower I guess, is because they're playing against Brighton, who do average the ball a lot. But as long as this is a 50-50% possession, then I expect Odegaard to go over this mark. I think Prize Picks has him at 48.5 right now. I would still take him. If he goes up to 50.5, I'd stop there. I just feel like that'd be too high. Underdog did have him at 45.5. If he comes back up there, I like it. Prize Picks, I think, has him at 48.5. I'd still take it there. So I like him to go over that mark. And my last player pick was going to be, I think he's also on Prize Picks, so you can take him on Prize Picks, was in the French League 1, Kylian Mbappe to go over 4 shots, playing at home for PSG, going up against Clermont Foot. He averages 4.1 at home and 5.04 shots per 90 minutes. He went over in their last game in the season, or the one game they had earlier this season, and had 5. And the reason why I just like this pick in general is because it's just a safe pick. This line should probably be at 4.5, but I like him at 4 just for that safetiness that he'll get 4. Clermont are the worst team in the league. They're the worst team defensively away from home. They allow a lot of shots. The only worry that I have with this pick is whether or not Mbappe starts. If he does, he gets this mark. If you do want to wait for him to see if the lines come out, or the lineups, and he does play, you can take him there. But by that point, he might go to 4.5. and I don't feel as comfortable taking him there because I like him at 4 just for that safety net. But if he does start, I expect him to go over this mark at 4. If he bumps up to 4.5, you can take his shots on target at 2.0 because about 50% of his shots are on target. The reason why I like 4 right now over the 2 shots on target is, like I said, they're the worst team in the league. So if he shoots, he'll be shooting for wherever he wants, and he could take riskier shots. So I just like him to go over 4 shots. And then I had a couple money line plays. I wasn't going to go too in-depth into them because I do have quite a few, and I don't want to make this video too long. But my first 3 are all in the England Premier League. My first one was the City money line going up against Palace. Pretty self-explanatory. One of the best teams in the world, title race, and when it comes to them winning games in the clutch, especially when it comes to them winning the title, City always comes through. My next one is the Wolves versus the West Ham money line to go over 2.5 goals. I believe West Ham away from home have hit this mark or like 70-75% of the times, and West Ham is one of those teams away from home that will score but will also concede. So I expect this to be probably like a 2-2 game or something like that. And then my next one is the Arsenal money line going up against Brighton. Like Man City, they are also in the title race. This game could be close, but the main reason why I back Arsenal is because Brighton do have a couple of injuries that they have. They are missing key guys like Webster, Gilmore, Ferguson, Hinshelwood, Milner, Matoma, Marsh. Like, their team is not anywhere near fully healthy, and I think there's a good spot for Arsenal to take advantage of that and beat them. My next one is under Italian Serie A. It's the AC Milan money line going up against Lecce. They're playing at home, just a good quality team, and they want to just get the points. I think that one's just like back a really good team at home. My next one is the Leverkusen money line going up against Berlin. I kind of talked about it earlier with the Berlin or Runo to go over 1.5 goals. They kind of intertwine in the fact that Leverkusen need to score 2 in that one, and if they do score those 2, I don't expect Berlin to score 2. They might score 1, but I expect it to be more like a 2-1, 3-1 win to Leverkusen. Best team, and they want to stay undefeated, and I think it'll come as a win. And my last money line play is under France League 1. It's the PSG first half 3-way money line going up against Clermont. PSG is just a good team. They have a really good attack. Like I said earlier, Clermont is the worst team away from home in the league, but they are actually much better defensively in the second half, than in the first half. In the first half, they have actually lost the first half, over 60% of the games. But when it comes to in the second half, they've actually only opponents have beat them in the second half in 3 out of 15 games. So I just think you get better value by just taking their first half, and Clermont is just weaker defensively in that manner. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys waiting for me and being patient and understanding. Like I said earlier, I just went ahead and gave the picks out to y'all in case they do come back up. A lot of them are on Prize Picks, and I know a lot of you are on there, so I can take them there. But if they do come up, they'll come back up. And I probably won't be able to post anything throughout the day tomorrow. I can try, but I will be at work all day. By the time I get out of work, the games are going to be over. But I'll try to see if I see anything else maybe later tonight. Make sure to check the description in the video if I do add any other plays or money lines, anything. But like I said, I appreciate everybody for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting on the video to help boost the algorithm. Hopefully y'all have a good night and we can cash out tomorrow.